What is up, everybody? It's Herf here, back on the Duel Entertainment channel, and today we got another video in the series of essentially just deck type guides, how to play them, do their combos, build them optimally, what they do, stuff like that. And so today we're going to be doing, obviously, as you can see, Karakuri. Now, this is a very popular deck. A lot of people argue that this is the most powerful deck in the format, and with good reason. Like, if you go first, if you go first with full combo, this deck is probably like the scariest that like you'll see. I mean, it has a very good turn one. It can have a very good turn two, although its power is reduced slightly because they don't have access to Haste Grenade anymore. Most people are still playing Restart. So Restart allows you to shuffle your starting hand back into the deck and draw a new one at the cost of your first draw. Although now you need at least 7 spells and 7 traps in your deck. So let's get right into it. What do the cards do? So Karakuri Bonza says this card must attack if able. If this card is targeted for an attack, change the battle position of this card. If this card is in your hand, you can target one Karakuri monster you control and change its battle position. If you do, special summon this card as a tuner. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except Earth Machine type monsters. So, the most frequent target for this card is, of course, your Merchant. So you're able to switch your Merchant to defense to special summon this as a tuner. So you can go into your level 7 and combo off of that. So basically, this is one of your main starters. Nothing too special about it. This one does lock you to only Earth type machine monsters, so that's why most of your extra deck, except for Star Eater, are Earth machine type monsters, including the Musashi, which we'll get into later. Hypa is, I mean, basically he doesn't really have an effect. He's basically a 2100 vanilla beat stick. It's just relevant because this is what you summon as your last special summon off of the synchro that you make, and then so you're able to have 3 monsters with 2000 attack, so you can lethal through a Sphere Karibo. Nanishi. So this card must attack if able. When this card is target or selected as an attack target, change its battle position. While this card is face up on the field once per turn during your main phase, you can normal summon one Karakuri monster in addition to your normal summon or set. So this is only a once per turn effect. So if you open like Nanishi plus in Merchant, and then you special summon a Nanishi later, you can't normal summon off of it again. So that's worth noting. But this is one of your main starters just because it allows you to normal summon again. So you love to have Nanishi with Merchant in your hand, so you can normal summon level 3, normal summon level 2, search your Kunza Man, all that fun stuff. So Merchant, as I just alluded to, when it's normal summoned, you can search any Karakuri monster, spell, or trap from your deck to your hand, which is super powerful. So right now you could search Kunzaman, Hypa, another Nanishi. You could even search a Cache, Gamma Oil, and to cash in, you can all search off of Merchant, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, you very rarely have a card in the deck that can just search everything, so this is very important to play 3 of in the deck right now, especially since we only have 2 Nanishi available to us. So moving on, I mean, you guys know what Cosmic Cyclone does. Basically, you just need to have 3 backer removal cards. Karakuri Cache. Select one face-up Karakuri monster you control and add one level 4 lower Karakuri monster from the deck to your hand. Change the battle position of the selected monster. So this is just lets you search the level 2 most likely if you go first with the level 3. So then you can do your full combo. It's just a really good way to search the deck, change battle positions if you need to get draws, just basic stuff like that. The next card in the deck is Gamma Oil, one of the most important combo pieces and recovery pieces in the deck. So you can target one Karakuri in your grave, special summon it, and equip it with this card. Once per turn, if the battle position of the face-up Karakuri monster you control is changed, the equipped monster gains 500 attack and defense, even if this card is no longer equipped. You can only activate one Gamma Oil per turn. So the reason why this is so good is because it's searchable off of Merchant. So in like late game, if I don't really have a lot of plays left, and you just have a Merchant, you can normal summon Merchant, search your Gamma Oil, target maybe your Beret in the graveyard, and then Beret can change the effect of your Merchant, and then Beret will go to 3100 attack because it starts at 26. So that's a really, really good way to recover your board state and essentially just go right back through your opponent and potentially win. Ballista Squad kind of explains yourself. If someone gets floodgated, you can free up a spot and also destroy a card on the field. So that's just good utility. Fiendish Chain, kind of explains itself. Negates a monster effect. These 4 cards could pretty much be anything you want, including probably one of these cash-ins as well. But what the cash-in does, target 1 card, curry monster you control, and 1 effect monster your opponent controls. Change the battle position of your monster, and if you do, negate the effects of that opponent's monster until the end phase of this turn. If you control a Karakuris monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 face-up monster in the field and change that card's battle position. So it has two really good effects. So while it's on the field, it can be a negate, and while it's in the graveyard, it essentially just becomes a Sphere Karibo. So that is super powerful. So this is really good against Cyber Dragons because they go into the Rampage, pop the back row, and then they basically just give you a Sphere Karibo, and then they're screwed, which is really funny. Going into the extra deck, most of this is pretty self-explanatory, but Beret is a level 7 Synchro. When this card is Synchro Summon, you can special summon 1 Karakuris monster from your deck. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster in the field and change its battle position. Just really good. Star Eater, you make by level 3 in your Burrito. A lot of people don't know this, but I just find this to be really good utility if my opponent has a big monster that I wouldn't normally be able to swing over. So I can just make Star Eater and swing over it, potentially. Stuff like that. Burrito, when this card is Synchro Summoned, you can special summon a Karakuris monster from your deck. Once per turn, when the battle position of a Karakuris monster you control is changed and remains face up, draw 1 card. So the reason that you play Restart and it doesn't really matter is because of Burrito, because you can draw so many cards that Restart almost becomes a good thing so you don't deck out. Like, it's just so insane because, and especially with like offerings too, like the original played offerings and Restart, and then Burrito basically made all of that irrelevant because you're drawing anyways. So it's like, nice, I can't draw, but like I don't need to. Samurai Destroyer, I just find is good utility in case I need to swing into something I wouldn't be able to normally. And then Musashi you play as an alternate way to do your full combo. So sometimes you need to make Musashi and then Gamma Oil your level 3 back to make your level 8. It essentially just gives you more ways to combo through, which I will show you. So pretty much your full combo can always, you can always tell if you have full combo off of 2 cards, right? So you're looking for 2 cards which will always lead up to your full combo. And those combination of cards are, here, I can write it actually on the screen here. So the combos are either Kunza plus Merchant, Merchant plus Ninishi, Merchant plus Merchant, Merchant plus Gamma, and then Ninishi or Merchant plus Cachet, which is really important to note. So Cachet is basically a replacement for any level 4 that you see on the screen right here. So if you have any combination of these cards in your hand, you have full combo. Like, just, I mean, it's crazy. And so we will play a few hands, and I'll explain how all these combos work. Eventually, if you think about the flow chart, they may start a little different, but they're always going to flow eventually into the same way. So we're gonna, so it'll be a little bit repetitive, but I want to show you guys essentially how to combo with the deck. I'm not going to show you all 5 ways because, like I said, like merchant plus merchant um, isn't like so like Nanishi plus merchant isn't really that like game breaking or anything like that. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but I can show you guys all the ways in which we can draw here. All right. So here we're going second with merchant plus merchant. That means we have full combo, and this is why. So we're gonna merchant effect. We're gonna search our Kunzaman. So what this is gonna do is it's going to allow us to special summon itself by changing the battle position of our merchant, which allows us to go into Beret. Now Beret, when it's synchro summoned, like I said before, is going to special summon a Karakuri monster from our deck, and we are going to pick Nanishi. So Nanishi gets special summoned, and since Nanishi's on the field, we get another normal summon, which is our merchant here. And now merchant will actually search for Gamma Oil, and this is because with a level 2 plus a level 3, we are able to make Musashi. And when we make Musashi, we have a level 5. That means Musashi will allow us to get our merchant back, as well as we have a level 3 tutor in the grave. So now we can actually go into our level 8, which is our Burrito. So we're going to make Burrito here. And now Burrito will special summon Hypa, which will give us lethal on board. So just like that, we have a full monsters with full back row, which include 2 negates and a pop. I honestly don't see how our opponent breaks this board. Most of the time, you want to actually special summon the Hypa into defense, so you can beret it to attack and draw off of Burrito. But honestly, I don't really care. I kill my opponent either way. There's nothing our opponent has. It's just unfair. Like, we didn't even maximize the amount of card advantage we could get from that turn, is how broken this deck is. So now we showed merchant plus merchant. Alright, so I showed you guys merchant plus merchant, which we drew again. But for the sake of showing you guys a new... Oh my god. And we have merchant plus gamma oil. So we actually have a lot of different ways we can combo off here. So this time I'm going to show you guys the Nanishi plus merchant combo. Although, we have merchant plus gamma oil too. So we had actually 3 different ways to do full combo, which is pretty crazy. So the Nishi normal summon allows us to normal summon our merchant, which allows us to search our Kunzaman, which we're going to change the battle position of something here. Special summon our Kunzaman, which allows us to special summon into a level 7, of course, which now we can special summon another Karakuri monster from our deck, which we are going to select as our Kunzaman, of course, which lets us summon a level 8 now. So Kunzaman is a level 5, and it only becomes a tuner off of its effect. So if it's summoned from the deck off of Beret, it becomes just a regular level 5. That's how this combo works. So now Burrito will synchro with these 2 monsters. Burrito will special summon our last monster here, so I can show you guys. Hypa into defense, merchant flip it to attack, or Beret flip it to attack. Let's just draw a card. So now we have 2 back row plus merchant plus our gamma oil if someone gets killed here. Really, this deck is broken. Like, it's not fair at all. So we've shown merchant plus Nanishi and merchant plus merchant so far. And it's important to note that Nanishi or merchant with cachet is the same combo as merchant plus merchant or merchant plus Nishi because you just searched the other one with the cachet. So, I mean, it's full combo. It's just like one more starting piece. So now we're going first. We have Nanishi plus cachet. So I can briefly show you guys how that's the same because we cachet onto our level 3, add our level 2 here, and it's just the same combo that we just did. You're going to normal summon your merchant. You're going to search your Kunzaman. Kunzaman will summon itself off its effect. Switch this guy to defense here. We're going to special summon our level 7. And then this will special summon the Kunzaman from the deck. And then we're going to synchro into our Burrito, of course. So this is going first turn. We have one monster negate because it one negate per turn, but 2 total negates in our hand. And then Beret will allow us to draw another card by changing this with Burrito here. And then that lets us, oh my god, we have 2 monster negates per turn at least. So have fun breaking this board, honestly. Let's see what, okay. Summons the Scarab. I mean, no. No, thank you. So, and since this guy's battle position was changed, we draw it off of Burrito. So now we're going to draw again. So even though we've skipped our draw phase, we've drawn 2 cards. Nice. And now we just swing for a game. Check W. Like, this deck is broken. I don't know what else to say to you guys besides this deck is broken. So I really want to show you guys Merchant plus Gamma or Kunzaman plus Merchant because, I mean, while they're ultimately the same combo, it's important that you know how to start with them. So here we have Merchant plus Gamma. And the way that you combo off of those 2 cards is so you're going to normal summon Merchant. And Merchant will search Kunzaman. Kunzaman will summon itself. And because it's a tuner now, we can synchro obviously into our Beret. Beret will special summon. You want to special summon the level 3 from your deck. This is because since we have Gamma Oil in our hand, we're able to use our Gamma Oil to get back our level 5. And in this way, we're able to make our level 8. So when Kunzaman is in the grave, it forgets it's a tuner, by the way. So it only keeps its effect basically if it's on the field, so that's important to note. So Burrito will special summon the Hypa. And then Beret will flip the Hypa to attack, giving us another draw. So now we have 2 Cosmics and a Ballista Squad. Our opponent is not breaking this board. I mean, we just win. Nice. Good game. Like, it's just broken. So now we have one final combo, which is Kunzaman plus Merchant. Alright, perfect. So right now we've drawn into Merchant plus Kunzaman. So how actually do we combo off of this? So since we already have Merchant in our hand, we're actually going to want to search out our Gamma Oil. And this is because, of course, we can make the Beret by using the Kunzaman effect. And then this will put a level 3 on board with our Kunzaman in the grave, meaning that this is the last way in which we're actually able to make our full board. Like, this is the last combination of cards, essentially. So because we started with Merchant plus Kunzaman, we special summon the Nanishi from the deck. We activate Gamma Oil to special summon the Kunzaman from the grave, of course. Of course. And then we turn our dudes into this dude, who special summons the other dude. And then we can have Beret turn him to attack, and we get a draw here. we get to draw, and then we have removal plus a negate. So good luck breaking this board, man. All right, and then we swing and we swing. So that is all of the Karakuri combos that essentially can make an entire board with 2 cards and gain super big card advantage. And so again, those 2 cards that you're always going to look for, either Kunzaman plus Merchant, Merchant plus Nanishi, Merchant plus Merchant, Merchant plus Gamma, or Merchant slash Nanishi plus Cachet, because of course Cachet will search the other card you need. So if you start with Merchant plus Cachet, you'll Merchant and then Cachet for your other Merchant. Or if you open Nanishi plus Cachet, you normal summon Nanishi, Cachet for your Merchant. You know. So basically, this deck, I mean, really is probably like the best in the format, just because like what you saw, we're able to build such strong boards so quickly, so effectively, and it's just really not fair how fast you're able to build a board and gain that many cards. Like no other deck, I think, in Duel Links probably has been able to do something like this. I mean, I guess people are going to disagree with me, of course. Like Six Sam's probably similar, but really Karakuri are in almost the same echelon as Six Sam's were. So definitely a tier 1 deck, definitely top of the power rankings, definitely just the best deck. And thank you. And with that, make sure you check out the Twitch. Make sure you follow and subscribe there, because I mean that's a really big way that you get to keep up to date with tournaments. There's so many great streams and content that come out of there, guys. It's really worth checking out. And since you're already here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when we upload. It helps so much. You guys wouldn't believe. And then make sure you get in the Discord so you're notified when we have tournaments and when we do go live. We have tournaments practically every single day. $10 cash prize. Great practice. Good way to spend an afternoon. Maybe win $10 if you're good. And just super fun. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.